In this video, we're diving into how sketch constraints can save you time and improve your model's quality. I'll also share some tips and tricks along the way to help streamline your workflow. Sketch constraints in Fusion define relationships between sketch elements, giving you complete control over your design. Without them, your model can become unpredictable, especially when making edits in the timeline. Imagine needing to revise a step in your design, but you can't predict how those changes will affect the model. That's where constraints come in. They keep your design stable and manageable. In Fusion, fully constrained sketches turn black, while unconstrained sketches remain blue. Watch as I modify an unconstrained sketch and see how quickly it becomes chaotic, disrupting the entire solid model. Now, compare that to a fully constrained sketch. Clean, predictable, and easy to edit. You'll find all the constraints in the Contextual Sketch toolbar. Let's go through them one by one in the order they appear in the drop-down menu. Horizontal/vertical constraints. These constraints ensure your lines are either perfectly horizontal or vertical. The orientation depends on which is closest. You can also apply this to multiple elements, automatically aligning them horizontally or vertically relative to each other. Coincident Constraint. Think of the coincident constraint as a bonding agent. It glues sketch objects together, ensuring they remain connected as you make changes. Tangent Constraint. Here's an example. Notice how these lines and this arc don't quite align. By adding a tangent constraint, you can solve this instantly. The tangent constraint is a huge time saver. It keeps sketch elements, like lines and circles, tangent to one another. Even if you adjust their positions, they'll stay tangent. Equal constraint. This one makes sketch elements equal in size. Select your objects, apply the constraint, and voila, they become the same size. If you adjust one, the others will follow. This is great for circles, lines, and more. Parallel constraints. These simple but powerful constraints ensure that your lines are parallel to each other. They are invaluable for keeping your sketches precise and organized. Perpendicular constraint. This constraint quickly aligns your selected sketches at a precise 90-degree angle to each other, saving you time in positioning. Fixed constraint. Use the fixed constraint when you want to lock sketch elements in place. It prevents them from moving or interacting with other geometry, which is helpful for maintaining stability in your design. Midpoint Constraint. The midpoint constraint helps you align sketch elements by finding their center points. Whether it's lines, circles, or other sketches, this tool is great for precise, centered geometry. Concentric Constraint. This constraint aligns the centers of circular elements like circles or arcs, keeping everything perfectly centered and aligned. Collinear Constraint. The collinear constraint ensures that two or more lines share the same axis, maintaining their orientation while aligning them in a straight line. Symmetry Constraint. Think of the symmetry constraint like a mirror. Any changes you make on one side of a sketch are automatically mirrored on the other. If you move or resize an object, the symmetrical counterpart moves and resizes in perfect harmony. Curvature Constraint. This constraint goes a step beyond the tangent constraint, ensuring that connected geometry shares a common center of curvature for smooth, continuous curves. Optimizing workflow with constraints. Let's talk about workflow. One efficient method is selecting your sketch geometry first, then applying your constraint. For example, if you select multiple circles, only the relevant constraints will be highlighted, saving you time and reducing the risk of errors. If you apply constraints first, you'll find yourself clicking more than necessary. Another tip: You can access constraints via the right-click menu, but you won't be able to hover over them for explanations like you can from the toolbar. Auto-added constraints. Autodesk Fusion can also automatically add constraints in certain cases. For instance, vertical constraints are often applied to rectangles, and midpoint constraints may be auto-added when sketching a circle at the midpoint of a line. While these automatic suggestions are helpful, you may need to delete unwanted constraints to avoid frustration. Final thoughts. That wraps up this tutorial on sketch constraints in Fusion. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and checking out the playlist for more time-saving Fusion tutorials, regularly updated for beginners. Thanks for watching.